they know. Like, church leaders, we know
Mm.
that you want intimacy,
Okay.
right? We know you are a human being just as us. I mean,
They've been there
yeah,
before.
they've been
The
there before.
elderly.
Like the elderly,
Yeah.
how did they give birth? Ask them, of course.
You there, you're so dear, priceless.
Hello.
Hi guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is relationship therapy with myself and
Joshua.
before anything, I'll tell you guys that Joshua, yeah, is an elder. Joshua, are you a deacon or you're an elder?
I'm a deacon.
Because we're using presiding. Every time when I hear presiding, it comes to elder in my mind. Do
Oh,
you get?
yeah.
Okay, so Joshua is a deacon. So today we're talking about the topic of whether the youth actually are able to go to the leaders in the church to talk about their relationships or not. And have we truly created a safe space for them to do so, or we haven't, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. A difficult one to be fair.
Yeah. So stay with us to the end and get all the gist, the details, the advice, and all that comes with it. Let's go. So, Joshua, I want us to talk about this topic today. Because you are a leader in church, I want you to tell me how easy you think it is for the teens to come to you or to come to the leaders in church and talk to them about relationship.
Oh,
Do you think that as a church we have made it easy or it is difficult for people to come to not even just the teens but like even the youth and all that? Do you think we have made it easy, we have created a space, or you think it's not like that it's not easy to come for
uh,
them to come?
first of all, thank you for this question. It's such
Mm.
an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
I have been thinking about this for quite some time. Before that, let's look at even the context of Bible.
Mm.
So, in the matter of, teenagers to open up in the context of, sexual context, right?
So it can be sexual
Mhm.
or
Anything.
yeah, so just like anything about relationship. Let's say
Yeah,
they saw a guy or a
they
girl
like
they
and all of
like,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So um, one thing we haven't gotten right, which I believe that we have been influenced by the world, is we think when we talk about relationship, it's all about sex and shit, sexual, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And Apostle Paul tried to address, he addressed the church and he said that there shouldn't be any hint of sexual immorality amongst you, the
Amongst,
believers. So,
yeah.
so I
Yeah.
think based on that, I believe over the years, it has been difficult for the younger ones to
Hmm.
talk about relationships, their desires for intimacy with leaders. But of late, I'm seeing a trend where it's kind of changing a little bit. I can see,
Okay. For the good?
yeah, for the good, where
Okay.
people are able to be open to leaders. Yeah,
Okay.
but I think it depends actually. It depends on the relationship the leaders do have with the members.
Okay.
So, how you make it to be, how you make them comfortable to talk to you about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but generally, I think we are still not doing well. To be honest with you,
Mm.
we are still not doing well.
There's still room for
Yeah,
improvement.
yeah, a lot of improvement. To be fair,
Okay.
I think we've lived it for the people of the world, so we
Mm.
don't get the opportunity to really influence them. I
In that
think
aspect,
yes, and I
okay.
think it's so sad because the truth matter is that when I see someone I like,
Mm.
the day it will be like if I really like the person,
Yeah.
she will occupy about 60% of my thoughts throughout the day.
Mm.
So me, that is a big part of me. And if
Mm.
I'm able to talk to people who can help me with wisdom,
Yeah.
like they don't have the real influence on me. It's people elsewhere who have the power. So I believe that we should make room for
Mm.
that, like
Okay.
leaders. So I always say this: the fact that someone will not tell you about things doesn't mean they're not doing it.
Did
So
you? It's very true.
yeah,
It's very true. Yeah.
the fact that I will not tell you about something doesn't mean I'm not doing it.
Mm,
The fact that you say I don't want to hear, you don't think about it doesn't mean that I will not do it actually.
yeah.
So your best bet is like, okay, at least no, because we're all, if they will do, they will do, whether you
Mm-hmm.
know it or not.
Mm.
You get it?
Okay. So that means you believe that now we've sort of created an avenue for them to be able to talk. It's just that there's still room for
Yeah,
improvement.
yeah,
Okay, so then I think it is good because I've always thought about this. I have never for once walked into my church to talk to anybody about relationship. Well, luckily for me, we have a youth ministry, so our the chairman of the ministry, he has worked with the youth for a long time.
yeah,
And gladly because of that he gets us, he's able to relate,
yeah,
so he actually can outrightly ask you
yeah. It's
if
like
you are in
that.
a relationship.
That's so good.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah,
And then he'll ask if you're going through counseling and all those things about those things. It actually does help us.
mm,
So I believe this is something that we can incorporate
yeah,
into our churches.
yeah.
If
I think we really need to, because I mean, one of churches we do preach marriage. It's one of our messages. I mean,
yeah,
Christ informed families, then
yeah,
families to communities, then to
mm,
nations. So
mm,
after Christ, the next thing is marriage, I believe.
mm,
So
mm,
it's an important aspect
yeah,
of our message.
very,
Yeah, and how do we get there? Through relationships. So
yeah,
let us not be like it is not there. It's actually there. We
yeah,
like to be in relationships.
yeah,
Yeah. So I'm glad he's doing that,
yeah.
because other than that, I mean, how do we then marry people? It's a quite. What do you think?
We're making the youth shy away from talking about these things,
Mhm.
and it's actually giving darkness more power to
Yeah.
to
Influence.
thrive.
Yeah.
Yes, because if they can't talk about it, then it's like they try to do it
Yeah.
in the dark so that we do not see it. Do you get?
Yeah.
And now that becomes a problem because in a case where you can't talk about it, you can't actually get the
Yeah.
advice you
Yeah.
need.
You can't.
And wait, so I'm talking about CYI, if you know about Christ for Youth International. So because we are a youth organization, this is something that we openly talk about. Like we can actually have a whole discussion about this. We have podcasts on it. We have sessions where Pastor Roy talks about it. Our presidents and all they talk about it.
Mm.
So it's easy for us to go
Yeah.
to them
Yeah.
and say that okay, I think I'm beginning to like this person. Like what advice can you give me? This is my thought process. I'm in a relationship, this is going wrong, or I need counseling and all those things you see. So me, one thing I can tell you guys for sure, if you are listening to me, please do not be afraid to go to your spiritual father or mother to talk to them about what you are feeling when
Mm.
it comes to maybe you're feeling something about your emotions for
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
I think I'll let you actually talk about it since you are like a leader in the church, like in your church. So I will let you actually like, have you had various experiences where people actually came to you? Don't have to give us the
No,
details,
but
but
actually, I can even. Well, I'm so young anyways. I'm not married, to be fair
oh
with you.
yeah.
So I am not.
It's just that
I
he is
I am not
a
married.
leader,
So
yeah.
let's say the question. I would want to change the question. Do I speak to even my own leaders?
Okay.
I think now they are also doing well. Then they start asking me, Joshua, when are you marrying? Who are you in a relationship with?
Wow.
And all of that. The
Mm,
truth matter is that, yeah, and that is what saddens me, because even the leaders,
yeah.
they know. Like, church leaders, we know
Mm,
that you want intimacy,
okay.
right? We know you are a human being just as us. I mean,
They've been there
yeah,
before,
they've been
the
there before.
elderly.
Like the elderly,
Yeah.
how did they give birth? Ask them, of course. They
Okay.
didn't pray, they didn't receive it from God.
Exactly. It
Yeah,
was not a Mary Jesus
yeah.
situation, honey.
Yeah,
they knew each other.
They knew themselves.
Yeah.
They went to whatever relationship, whether courtship, whatever it was,
Exactly.
relationship, and then they came together, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe they would not fight you when you talk to them about your relationship. Actually, they
Okay.
want to hear. I want to hear that a member of my assembly will talk to me about who he or she is dating.
Okay.
So, well, I've heard a lot of people talk about, well, it is not the pastor or church leader who is going to choose my partner for me. Some of them are controlling whatever, if you give them a lot of space,
Yeah. I
then
have a
yeah,
video on that
yeah.
actually.
If
Yeah.
you give them space and all of that,
Mm.
yeah, it is true. I mean, people do abuse the power that is given unto them.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. In the Bible said that a prophet must confirm what you believe in your heart when you've
Mm.
received. Get it?
Mm.
So
Mm.
the prophet confirms what you have received from God.
Mm.
All right.
Mm.
Yeah. So it is true that people do abuse their power as leaders. But trust me, your spiritual leader is there for your good.
Okay.
Your
Yeah.
spiritual leader wants the best for you.
Mm.
He or she is there so that is to help you, to guide you, to
Mm.
let you know that your struggles are things that he himself or he, I mean, for a woman, I mean, they've all gone through that, right? So I believe we shouldn't shy away going to them. I mean, if anybody talks to me about relationship, I've had encounters like that. One thing that I do is that I tell them stuff that I myself I go through, like, oh, okay, so you two go through something.
Yeah.
Yes,
You can relate.
yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I even overshare to them was like, oh, maybe I even doing better than you.
Oh my god. Okay.
And then it
Okay.
comes down like, okay, yeah,
Mm.
we want to be loved, we want to be loved. It's
Yeah.
a human need,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's always a better way of doing stuff,
Okay.
right?
Mm.
So I believe sometimes it's just a small understanding you haven't gotten knowledge how to go about stuff. And I believe people who have experience, your leaders who want to share with you so you do things right.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes.
when you don't have an experience of something, like you want to have it, you want to have it. When you're
Yeah.
like, oh, but this was not really worth it.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So sometimes a lot of people, I'm not a married counselor, but they say that when people are in a relationship, like, we can't wait to have sex, we can't wait to have sex. And when they marry, they are begging them to have sex. Like, people,
We
please,
are begging.
they are begging them. You get it?
Yeah.
It's funny how it is. So after they got the experience, like, oh my god, it's not even what I was
Yeah.
wanting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So please, I think so. These are the last things I'm going to say. Please, dear Christian community, do not hide the truth we have come to know about relationship, marriage, sex from the youth. Let us not hide it from them. You have gone ahead of us. You have experienced that, you have made mistakes, and by the grace of God you have learned from them. So it will be a blessing that you create an avenue in the churches to welcome the youth to come to you and talk to you about these things. May we let the church be a welcoming place to talk about these things,
Yeah.
that we do not judge people
Yeah.
when they want to talk about these things. Don't come off as you are too young or you are this. And you have to explain for the person to know even that they are too young, if they are indeed too young,
Yeah.
or for them to understand that, okay, they could actually talk about it. Because you have to understand that if they don't talk about it, they will never actually know the real truth, right?
No.
And if we the ones that know the right thing, if we don't talk about it, eventually they will learn the wrong things.
Elsewhere.
Yes, because the wrong people are actually for them they are vocal about it.
But for instance, let's say you want to say you are too young, but they have feelings. So if you are too young, why are they having feelings?
Exactly. Are you saying that it's not valid? How they are feeling? It's not real.
So they just hide it from you, not mind you. Be like,
Exactly.
Some people, I learned this. People think church leaders or church people are dishonest people. Like, you know what, you know this, you're just lying. Because they know you have feelings. They know you yourself might have been some relationships before.
Do you know, like, I've even seen this in movie, not to catch you in, where the parents were so strict on their kids. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And then now when they find out that, oh, their parents were like this back in the day, they don't hear their words or listen to their words anymore.
Yeah.
They don't take it to heart anymore because they feel like they've been lied to all their lives, and their parents were just being hypocritical towards them.
So I think sometimes as leaders we shouldn't fear. Like you should not fear. I mean, not just leaders, like anyone who have been graced with experience.
Yes.
And we have the opportunity to influence people. Don't fear.
Don't fear.
Like, let's say you want to talk about relationship to a younger folk.
Yeah.
Don't fear. They're already experiencing that.
Yes, please.
So just give them grace and then try to influence them positively.
Please do.
Yeah, because if you don't talk about it, well, they'll do it anyways.
Yeah.
And the fact that the fact that you get to know about it means it's actually really happening.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
Yeah. So you want to help them do it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you think the outside world they are doing it and the youth in your church are not doing it, you're lying to yourself, please.
It's a lie to be fair.
Yes, as Joshua actually said, the fact that they are not talking about it does not mean they are not doing it. It's just, they're just hiding it. So
when I was a little bit younger, when I said younger, not 10 years or something. No, just few years, could be a year, 2 years, or yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Younger than today.
When I was a little bit younger than today. Yeah. It's funny how I have a lot of spiritual leaders, a lot of pastors.
Yeah.
This is around, but when it comes to leadership, I speak to my friends who are not necessarily in the church. Some of them are not really believers. It's sad. When I say, like, what was I doing? But they are the ones I could speak to honestly, like explain the real issue, like this and this, like to be very honest.
Yeah.
Like do this and this way. I shine to my spiritual leaders. It's like how? Now when I think I was like, and it had influence on me, even after now I still fight it. Like the influence from them had on me. I'm still today I still fight them. You get it? So
and this is exactly what we were talking about. Yeah. You see.
Sorry to. Yeah, we shouldn't fear. Yeah, I believe we shouldn't fear, and not just leaders. I mean, anyone with the spirit of God in you, with experience, who can advise the younger folk. People care about relationships.
Yes.
It's a big part of their life.
Exactly.
So if they are hiding that from you, you're not influencing them that much.
Exactly.
It's just a little. Maybe if people just, I don't know, they're just telling you about, let's say, 20% of their life. But the bigger part, someone you don't know on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And repeat who's influencing them.
This was very funny for me, and I'm gonna end here because I feel like I have a lot to say. So if I end up talking, we're gonna do like 30 minutes. But no, when you sit in church or in a home, and you have one of your members or children coming to you with pregnancy, so having a child out of wedlock. You are also to be blamed, not just the child. Why? Because the thing did not just happen.
Yeah.
It was not in code, excuse me to say how painful it is for people that have gone through it. It was not rape.
Yeah.
The person saw the person. They spoke. There was a time agreement. Exactly. There was a time frame between the time they met up until the time the pregnancy came. And so if you know absolutely nothing about how it even happened or who the person was working with, then you should know that there's a problem somewhere.
Yeah.
So we, the church, please, we should not leave the youth let us in fact, let's show them that it's a safe space. They can come and talk about it.
The church, the family, and all of that.
Yes.
The church.
Please, if you have to designate someone, designate the person. that they can, they can relate with and all that in church. Someone for that. That's why we even have marriage counselors
Yeah.
and relationship
And,
therapists.
and I think sometimes old people, sometimes you don't have to wait for them to come to you. Ask you. Ask them.
Ask them
Like
more.
ask them like because I mean, someone is like 19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
Ask them like
You've
how
been
we are talking
young
about them.
before
Like
too,
ask them
so
like,
you know.
ask them. And to be fair, when you
Yeah.
ask them, open up. They will like they care. They like to talk about it, especially
Yeah.
if they have that confidence in you.
Yeah.
Like oh yeah, I like this one. Like like talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, Joshua.
Yeah.
This was so fun. Like, I mean, I love the fact that we get to learn, right?
Yeah.
And that was the whole point of this video. So thank you so much for joining us today. We're signing out, right?
Yeah.
So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you so much. We love you.
We love you.
And we remain your favorite YouTubers of all time. And as we stay here,
we love you.
We love you.
We care about you.
We
Your
care about
relationships.
you. Yes.
We care about your love life.
Yes. So, bisous. Mwah.
Bisous.
Au
There's one
revoir.
soul on the other side. Know the void you feel inside. That's why I beckon you. Come the void you feel, I know it's real. Voices that promise you thrill.